Hello. So the key to achieving some social change and creating a more equal world is to challenge our own social conditioning. But one big problem we've got is that most people, I think in the UK at least, believe so strongly that we are individuals with our own free choice that they are seriously offended if we suggest that they have a social conditioning or a social bias. So I'm going to do a summary of why it happens, because if we can logically understand why we are socially biased, then we could stop seeing it as a personal attack or a personal failing and be open to challenging it. So core to having a healthy, happy life is safety. We want to, all of us want to feel safe in the world. It's also a survival mechanism to recognize threats and keep yourself safe. So our brains are hardwired to seek safety. The problem is the brain doesn't really distinguish between actual safety and perceived safety, or actual threat and perceived threat. And also, human brain is so powerful that it will override logic or put strange mechanisms in place in order to make you feel safe. So we live in a world based on social norms, a set of rules to live by. But we also have a very, very, very deep need for belonging. So evolutionarily, we belong to a tribe, right? And we need to feel like we're part of something. So in our current society, we stay safe by following the rules. So the first thing to say about that is, if you want to be the kind of person who challenges your culture, you have to understand that it is very, very difficult to do that. So give yourself a break if you're finding it hard. Your body will literally feel a massive resistance to not doing what everyone else is doing. And that's really important to understand, because if you start beating yourself up about it, you're never going to get better at it, right? The key to remember is you're not a people pleaser, you're a person who is surviving. So to demonstrate how powerful the brain is at creating that safety, I'll give you the example of OCD. So I've had OCD, this isn't a judgment. OCD is a response to anxiety. An anxiety that we can't name. So we don't necessarily know where that anxiety is coming from. We don't know the root cause, but the brain still needs to feel safe for survival. So alongside that, our brain has learned that we follow rules to keep us safe. So putting those things together, it makes up a set of completely random rules to help keep us safe. And then we know that if we check the iron oven are turned off 5 times before we leave the house, or we wash our hands 3 times in a certain way, our body is going to feel more relaxed. Even though we haven't understood the real cause. So my own personal view is that all mental health problems really come about because we're experiencing a fear that we either don't understand or can't escape from or can't do anything about. So if you can understand how powerful that need for safety is, and understand that the brain will override all kind of logic and facts in order to get that safety, we might be able to have more compassion for other people, because essentially this is one reason why people, I think, join religions or join cults or get sucked into right-wing ideology. So at the heart of it is a deep physiological need for safety through belonging. If extremism is happening due to a lack of belonging, like logically, the way to beat it is to create something new and then invite those people to belong to it. And that's why our mission is to make friends with our enemies, not real enemies. If we can demonstrate that we accept people as people, not their behavior, remember, behavior and people are different things. But if we can demonstrate that we accept them as people without accepting the behavior, we might over time see a change in behavior. That's my hope.